And this is Chris McCandless. Chris is his life was made into a book which was called Into the Wild. I'm sure many of you read that. It became a movie at some point as well. But Chris has a really unique story. He actually grew up in Atlanta, went to Emory University, graduated, and then just decided, hey, I need to disconnect from society. So he hitchhiked across the entire United States, found himself in the middle of Alaska, living all by himself, and he loved it. By all accounts, he seemed really happy. He was journaling, how he was really loving just, being on his own and living off the land. And he lived in this abandoned bus that you see pictured here for several months. And there was no one around. He was living all by himself and living off the land. Several months went by, and unfortunately, he ingested something that made him extremely ill to where he became very frail and weak. And he knew he needed to go get some help. So he began to retrace his steps, and he came to the river that he initially crossed. But the river was running too fast and it was too high, and Chris was too weak to cross that river. So he had to go back to his bus, and he put out this large SOS. He mustered up the last energy he could to put out a SOS out of stone in front of his bus. And unfortunately, no one found Chris in time. But on his last day on Earth, he climbed into the back of the bus. And again, this bus is in the middle of nowhere, so you can see it pictured there. I mean, there's nothing around. And there he is in the back of his bus, looking out on this pristine Alaskan landscape. And he penned these final words in his journal. And it's a reminder to you and I of the power of connection. But here's what he wrote. Happiness is only real when shared. So no matter how independent or introverted you might think you are, at the end of the day, we all benefit from connection. We all long to belong. And whether you know it or not, the people in this room, the people on your team, the people in your communities, the people in your families, those are the guardians of your well-being, and they are the catalyst for your success. So you and me, let's be connectable together.